Hello friends, welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you are new here. Today we are doing a get ready with me, playing with a heap of new holiday makeup releases. I have the new Urban Decay palette, I have the new NARS face palette. I just have a heap of different random new makeup products that I've either been testing for a little bit, so you might have seen reviews on, or a lot of them that are first impressions for today. Just kind of want to like get ready and hang out and chill and play with some makeup with you guys. So hopefully that sounds interesting to you. If it does, go ahead and do the YouTubey things like subscribe, hit that notification bell, and let's get into it. You guys are zoomed in nice and close, 4K, no filters, and everything I use on my face today will be linked in the description box down below for you guys. If you want to check them out, they are affiliate links though, so if you shop through them, thank you so much. I appreciate it. All right, we're gonna start with eyes first because I picked up the new Urban Decay Moondust Space Cowboy eyeshadow palette. This is Urban Decay's holiday palette from my understanding for this year, and it swings open like this. I've already done swatches for you guys, so mine's already touched, but you'll see it untouched in a second. And I really like it. I think it's super cute. And I really liked the Moondust quads that they released last year. So when I saw that these ones were different shades, I immediately was picking it straight up because I really liked last year's one. I like the Moondust ones. So I've done in-depth swatches for you guys of this one, so we're gonna swipe into those and then we will do a look. For eye primer, I am going to use my NARS eye primer. I've got a couple of eye primers on the go at the moment. I haven't seen a new eye primer come out for a long time though, so I was going to say before I pick up any new ones, but I don't know if there are even any new eye primers to pick up. I do need to repurchase one of my Rare Beauty ones though. I know this looks very basic, and I think if you have a heap of the Moondust shadows already, you probably really don't need this, but I just really liked it, especially with these mattes, and they feel very creamy and buttery like, so I'm very excited to see how they're going to perform on the eyes. I'm going to take this Smith Cosmetics fluffy blending brush, it's a 237, and just go into a little bit of the cream matte, and I'll just run that softly through the crease. I really like these Urban Decay Moondust shadows as like one and dones, or just very quick, like throw a matte through the crease or all over the lid and then throw some sparkle on, and it's not, you know, too intense, but adds a little something. I mean, they've been viral on TikTok for a while, so I think you guys probably agree that they're awesome. But I'm very intrigued to see how these mattes perform. So let's take a Rephr 16 now and go into this kind of neutrally brown matte, let's call it. They do have a little bit of kick up. That doesn't bother me, but it might use, so just keep that in mind. as long as it performs on the eye. All right, let's start by softly blending this and swirling it through the crease and see how this goes. Just gonna tuck this in here and do a little bit of a squiggle for my hooded eyes. It's quite pretty. It's very easily blendable, very soft. It's not too intensely pigmented. You definitely need to build it up. So if you're a little bit intimidated by kind of eyeshadow, it might be a good formula for you, but we'll keep playing with it. I might actually just pop this all over the lid while we're here. Just lightly. Definitely blended very easy. The Sephora sale in the US is coming up. I know a lot of you must be very, very excited. I'm not sure when this is going up. I think it'll either go up the same day or the day after that Blair and I are having a live on her channel to talk about all our Sephora recommendations. We've done this before. It's basically just like a 3-hour catch up where we go through the Sephora website and talk about the things that we recommend, answer your questions, and then talk about what we want to buy. I obviously talk about what I want to buy if I was in the US shopping Sephora US, because I'm in Australia, so I can't. But I know, like, I think it's like 80% of my, like, the largest portion of my audience is actually from the US. So that's why I do these videos, because I know you guys really like to see them. Well, not this video specifically, but the recommendations video. I'll also have a recommendations video separate to the Blair live as well coming out, just in case you don't like lives. Just going back into that Smith Cosmetics and that same little cream color, just softly. My blending and stuff always looks messy until the last second, and then it all comes together when I've got like face makeup on and everything and brows and that. So you just got to trust the process a bit with me, you know. Now I'm taking this Rephr 14 and I'll go into a little bit of this chocolate brown, the deeper one. And this does have a little bit of a glitter fleck through it, but I don't think it will be anything too metallic-y or glittery, if you will. Just a little shift. I'm just going to tap and I just want to deepen the outer corner. You know I like to lift my downturned always. I don't know. Is this going to be versatile for those of you with deeper skin tones? This is that Rephr 16. I ask because I don't know how versatile it will be for deeper skin tones, but I'm not a makeup artist, just a makeup lover, and I've never worked on anyone but my pale skin. So let us know if you are a deeper skin tone, if you think these mattes would work for you, because that's obviously a big thing. If you're going to come out with one holiday palette, you want to come out with one that's going to work across the tones, but maybe it will. Maybe this is deep enough. That's why we have such an amazing community here, where you guys will share your experiences down below as well. That's actually nice. I like that. I actually like that a lot more than I was anticipating, that dark brown, just because I thought it was going to be a lot more warm leaning, but it's actually quite a nice brown. So I like that. Again, this is going to look messy. Just hang in there with me, okay? I'm going to take my Intensify stick. You don't need to use it with these shadows, but I like to because they do have a little bit of a glitter fairy dusting to them. And so I like to for my hooded eyes. And I just love this. I mean, if you've been around here for any of my videos, this is something I use every day regardless. But you can use a glitter glue, concealer, wet your brush, or just use nothing, because I promise you these shadows will perform on their own. The Moon Dust are spectacular. So I'm going to pick up a Rephr 2 and go into this one. And this one is called, I want to say Endless Party, but I'm also not really sure. I love the tones of these. They're so pretty. All right, let's tuck this on the outer portion here first. Oh, that's a pretty, like, it's like a gunmetal eggplant purple at the same time. It's very pretty though. Oh, I really, really like that. I'm just leaving this a little bit free. Oh, that's so pretty. That is very much a me shade. I really, really, really like that. I'm not a big fan of the Urban Decay Naked palettes, but these ones, like these Moon Dust ones, oof, I really like them. They need to do more palettes with these formulas. That is gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Okay, I'm just taking the other side of that brush. I've wiped the excess off on my Sigma Stitch, and we're going to go into this like beautiful pink shade, and we'll pop this on the inner corner. Could also just use these as one and dones, but I just want to like show you guys as many of the shades as possible. I'm kind of like swooping this up through here. That is freaking cool. Can you see that? That looks like a Pat McGrath Lab special shade from like Sublime. That's really pretty. But with less of a glitter fallout, if you will. Wow, that's pretty. That all over the lids as well. Beautiful. Oof. I hope that shift is picking up because that's stunning. Now I'm going to go into the center shade, which is Space Cowboy Rides Again, I think. Yeah, Space Cowboy is actually, even though that's the one that went viral and it's very basic of me, it is my favorite shadow from these moon dust. It's beautiful. I'm just going to tap this over that inner bit there. I definitely, I'm not gonna lie, I do like original Space Cowboy more, just because this is more of like, think Astral Solstice in a way from Pat McGrath Labs, if you will. It's definitely got like that silver glitter flick to it, which is pretty in its own right, and actually layering Space Cowboy and then this one over the top looks so pretty. But I still like it because I like that it has that speck of fairy dust glittering, because you know I love that. Alright, that's definitely more impressive than I was expecting, truly. Does a little glitter fallout, so definitely do your eyes first. Personal. I mean, you do you. I'm just telling you what works for me. I am just taking that Rephr 14 with that dark brown matte again, and I will just marry in here. Nice. Before I move on to my base makeup, I'm going to take the new Hermes eyeliner in the shade Brune Bistre, which I included my review of these in my Tom Ford Soleil Neige collection review if you want to see like a review on them, but just spoiler alert, I love these and I want now all the shades. So I'm going to line my top waterline first. And then I'm going to lightly run it along close to the lash line on the outer corner here, and then just take the little smudger on the other end and just smudge it slightly. Not a lot, just a really small amount. And don't tug your eye, do as I say, not as I do. There. Perfect. Let's move on to base makeup. First of all, we're going to take my Rephr Eye Balm, which is not new, however, and I know this isn't a Sephora recommendations video, but if there's one product I recommend picking up, it's this. Before I do primer, I got a PR package from Patrick Ta. One of the products he sent from me, I know, I got a PR package from Patrick Ta. Who the hell am I? So I screamed. But he sent me the Dewy Milk Mist, and it's basically a hydrating face spray. And I've just been applying it or spraying it over my face before either when I'm doing my eye makeup or before I put my primer on, and it's quite lovely. I quite like it. When I picked up the holiday quad from YSL, I got this as a deluxe sample in my order from them because I ordered it off the YSL site directly, and I love this so much that in the recent Sephora Australia sale that we had, I picked up the full size of it. So just so you know, I'm using the tester because I'm going to use this up, but it's amazing, and I bought the full size. I love it. So I just love how it's very blurring but not drying, and it's definitely got silicone in it because it feels very silicone-y and slippery, but I don't know, I love the feel of it, and I love the way that my foundation applies over the top of it. It's just so nice, and it's not as blurring as the Tarte Pore Smoothing Primer. However, I will say it's probably like the second most blurring primer I've ever tried, which I am not mad at, and it doesn't break me up. Then my Natasha Denona Color Corrector in C1. I had like 5 hours sleep last night. Not because I couldn't sleep. Well, I guess I couldn't sleep, sorry, but I went to bed later than normal. It's just a Smashbox concealer brush. I went to bed at like 11 because we went to the movies and saw the new Venom movie, which has a really sad ending, by the way. Spoiler alert. I'm not going to tell you why, it just does. Or I guess bittersweet, I don't know, whatever. Anyway, and then I've been reading like a lot lately, and I'm really into this book, and I just like, you know, some people can read and like they're within 2 pages they're asleep. I'm not one of those people. I'm like, if I start reading in bed, I'll be awake all night because I have to know what happens. So I was reading until like 11 o'clock, and then I normally go to bed at like 8, like asleep at 8, and then I wake up about between 3 and 5 a.m. every day, and it's not from an alarm, I just wake up. And so my body just still woke up and I couldn't get back to sleep at like 4 a.m. So, you know, I've only had like 5 hours sleep, which is fine, but it just means the darkness under my eyes is a lot. For foundation, I am going to use my Dior Stick Foundation. I have the shade 1N. I don't have a brand new one to try today. And I've been like holding off using this as much on my channel because you guys know this is like my favorite foundation at the moment and I use it all the time. And I was like, I've been trying to use others, you know, not just use this one, but I'm obsessed with this one. This is just an MY1 brush from Danessa and my Kitco. And honestly, if you are looking at purchasing something in the Sephora sale for my friends in the US and Canada maybe, get yourself this. It's so good. Or if you're just looking for a foundation in general, this foundation stick is, ugh, it's my favorite. I just love it. I can't get enough of it. It's so good every time I wear it. Also, I got some WD-40, like liquid lubricant, I guess, for my chair, because you know my chair just squeaks non-stop. It didn't help. It's still, that looked great on the internet, didn't it? So yeah, I'm trying. I'm sorry, I should probably just get a new one again, but do you know how many chairs I've gone through trying to find a good one? And I need back support, okay? I'm not a young woman. I need back support, so I can't even just get a stool and use that. And I need one that swivels. So, you're just gonna have to learn to live with it, sorry. See how good this foundation is. Ugh. For concealer, I'm going to try mixing my Chanel Sublimage in the shade 10, one of my all-time faves, with my Victoria Beckham in FL1. I surprisingly really like the Victoria Beckham one. I didn't think I was going to because I didn't think it was going to have enough coverage, but I really, really like it. So this one's just the Chanel. And if you're new around here, I really like to layer my concealers and mix my formulas together, because I usually find, for me and my very high picky standards of what I like my under eyes to look like, mixing them is give me a combination of like the right finish and coverage that I'm looking for. Because I have dry textured under eyes, but I have pigmented under eyes with melasma and also darkness. So, you know, they can be challenging in my mind anyway. So this is an MY8, by the way. I cleaned all my brushes recently, like yesterday, so I'm very proud of myself today when I'm using these. I'm like, they're clean. This one is my favorite concealer brush, by the way. It just taps it all in so seamlessly, and those two are mixing beautifully together. Look at that. Gorge. They look lovely. For cream contour, I recently got a PR package from Billion Dollar Beauty, or Billion Dollar Brows, I think they're called. Billion Dollar Beauty, but I think they started as like Billion Dollar Brows. And they sent me their cream contour in the PR package. And I don't know if they have multiple shades, because it doesn't say a shade on here. So I hope they have multiple shades, but this is the cream contour, and it has like a brush on this end, which I will never ever use. And I've been using this quite a few times already, like maybe this is probably like my 6th time using it, and I actually really like it. It's a nice tone, which I think you can see how it's like a nice tone. I should swatch it for you guys, shouldn't I? So it swatches, I feel like, a little bit warmer than what it even goes like on the skin. It's quite neutral, and it's really nice, and it's not too emollient where it's gonna like spread everywhere too easily, but it's nice and easy to like blend out. So I actually have been finding myself like reaching for this contour quite a bit. I really have been enjoying it. So I don't know if they're an online only company or if you have them stocked at a store near you. I'll have it linked down below, obviously, their website. But I highly recommend checking out this cream contour, because there's a couple of other products that they sent me that I'll tell you about, but this one is my favorite. I really like it. Like, look how easy and lovely it is to blend out. It kind of reminds me of the Mario Sculpt stick, but slightly more emollient, if you will. Let's set my under eyes. I'm just going to take a combination of my Make and my Pat McGrath Labs under eye powder like I normally do for my under eyes. I recently picked up the RMS Hydra setting powder because so many of you guys raved about it and I couldn't help myself. So this is what it looks like here, and I thought it was going to be one of those like wet powder, like powder, water powders, if you know what I mean, like the Face Atelier and the Rephr, but it's not. It's just kind of like a straight powder. So this is what it looks like, and I have worn this probably, this is probably my 5th time, and I like it. Do I like it as much as my Chanel loose powder or my Face Atelier glass skin powder? No, but it is quite close to being quite up there like that, you know. This is very, very much one of those kind of setting powders that is a set it and forget it, and it's very blurring, which is a criteria for me. I have combination skin, if you are new here, by the way. So I definitely need to like set my face, because this is the powder puff that comes with it, by the way. And it's quite good. Because once I finish my makeup, within 30 minutes, my oils start coming through. And even though it looks really flat and matte now, it will just not look like that in about an hour. So yeah, I quite like it. I like how blurring it is, and I like how long wearing it is. It does a really, really, really good job at my the makeup wear time. I like it more than the Makeup by Mario Surreal skin powder too. I find this is a lot more longer lasting. Like this is probably as close to the Chanel loose powder as I've come across personally. So I really, really like that RMS powder. So thank you to you guys for pushing me over the edge and getting it. This is how we're looking. I think it's all coming together really nicely. Let me go off camera and do my brows, and then we will be right back. We have brows, and I forgot to show you guys when I was doing it, but I did get sent the Billion Dollar Brows Billion Dollar Brow Lift Clear Brow Gel. And you guys, this is good. Now I have ridiculously, I'll even just quickly pop it back through the brows just in case you don't believe me. I have really weirdly strong brow hairs. Like, there's only a couple of brow gels that really like holds them up for a long period of time, and this is one of them. This is really, really good. It's like glue for my brows. It's brilliant. Like, it feels like the Patrick Ta Lamination Brow Gel in my brows. Like, it really just, these will not budge, which is brilliant because I very rarely find that in a clear brow gel. So I really, really like that from the brand. Let's finish the eyes. I'm going to take the lighter brown shade with my Sigma E36, and I'll just run that underneath the lower lash line. Has anyone picked this palette up already, by the way? And if you have, what do you think? Or is it on the list? I know a lot of you guys probably save all your purchases for the sale, or is this only an Ulta exclusive? I'm not quite sure with America. I got this from Mecca in Australia, if you're wondering. And then just a little pencil brush will go into a small amount of the brown. I'm not going to put the Space Cowboy Rides Again shade on my inner corner. It's too glittery. So I'm just going to take my Integrity Rare Beauty crayon and just do that. But I really like how the shadows turned out. What do you think? I like it. Mascara. I don't really have a new mascara, but I have been using this YSL Mascara Volume Effect Faux something Radical. I don't even know what this is called. It's not the Lash Clash, but I got sent it in my YSL order, so I've been using it and it's quite nice. I like it better than the Lash Clash just because the Lash Clash wand is too thick for my eyes. Or like too big for my eyes. I just end up getting it everywhere. So this one's like nice and thinner. Yeah, I think that's looking really nice. Oh, I like that. Happy happy days. Now we are up to powder bronzer, and this is where we're going to go into my NARS palette, and I'm going to take the bronzer from here. And I'm going to take this with my BK111 brush just because it's the perfect size to kind of get in here. And this isn't Laguna. Did have someone say, oh, is that Laguna? It's called, I think, Blonde Crazy, and it's more of like a gelée formula, so not Laguna, surprisingly. And I just like to tap it. It's more pigmented than you think, but in a nice buildable way. And it swatches, like I actually did a full review, like an individual review on my channel of this palette if you want to check it out more, but it swatches so orange but goes on the face really quite neutralish. It's quite lovely. It's really a surprising little bronzer, and I like it. I like it a lot. See, very smoothing and blurring and just really lovely. I really like it. Now we have highlight, and Billion Dollar Brows sent me the cream blush and highlighter stick from them. I don't know the shade either. Oh, Gumball is the highlighter and Enchantment is the blush, so I'll just swatch them for you. We're not actually going to use the blush today though, and when you see why, you'll be like, oh, okay, that's fine. So that's the cream blush and that's the highlighter. And I have used both of these products before and they're fine. Nothing that I'm like, run, don't walk. Like the cream contour, I'm like, that's a really, really good product. I think if you wanted to give it a go, you wouldn't be disappointed. Same with the clear brow gel, but these ones are just okay. So I'm gonna use this cream highlight. I'm just picking it up directly with my sponge on this side, and I wanna use it on this side just to show you, because see how pretty that is. They didn't ask me to post this, by the way. They just sent it to me with a no strings attached ask, if you will. I just thought I'd show you. And then on the other side, I want to try, Patrick Char sent me the Major Glow All Over Glow Balm for face and body, and I'm really intrigued by this. So look at it right here. Is this gonna be too dark for my face though? I have swatched it, but actually, oh, it feels very greasy. That's it. Blend it out. No, that's gonna be too dark, I think, especially with my hyperpigmentation here. So actually, jokes, I thought that was lighter. I can't remember why I thought that was lighter. So actually, we'll just go back into this liquid highlight, which is pretty. Like, I actually really like the liquid highlight on this. And the cream blush, don't get me wrong, is quite lovely. And if you're looking for a 2-in-1, like, and it's a good price, then go for it. But I like the contour and the brow gel more. I might just actually set that with a little bit of the highlighter from this palette. Just take a 01 from Rephr. Very pretty. You know, as soon as I saw this holiday set from Demenis and Myrix, you know I was picking it up. So this is the Forever Flushed Blurring Balm Powder Flushed, what am I talking about? Like cream blushes from Demenis and Myrix. So there's 3 new shades from my understanding. So Dancing Queen, Spice Latte, and Red Velvet is new. And then there's a repeat shade of Jubilee, which I have. But the Jubilee is only like a little small one, so that's okay. So you get like these 2 little mini ones and then the 2 big ones. And I've done swatches for you, so let's swipe into those. I think we can definitely rule out this red for today. And we've already used Jubilee. I have used Spice Latte once before because I couldn't help myself, and it's stunning. Maybe I'll try this one. What powder blushes do I have? Well, actually, you know, I finally, in the Sephora sale, finally picked up Rosy Beige from Gucci. I've been wanting this for so long, but I really want to try this one. Maybe we could still use this and set it with Rosy Beige and see how it goes. I do have a powder blush that will look lovely with this, but I want to try Rosy Beige. Although you might want to see Spice Latte. Let's actually just use Spice Latte because I feel like that's, if I were you guys, that's the one that I want to see the most personally. But I'll use the others in other ones, don't worry. Okay, so I just pick it up on my sponge, and these are super, super pigmented, so be careful. And if you're my color, you want to just tap really lightly. And that's what makes these also so great though, is because they're so pigmented, they will go across all skin tones pretty much because you can build them up. And this is like a lovely, like, For me, it's like an everyday kind of blush color as well because I kind of like a brownie blush, but also if you are in like autumn or winter, it's such a nice cozy type blush vibe. Now you could build that up a lot more. I do not need to, but it is beautiful, isn't it? Oh, I love it. It's gorgeous. It's gorgeous. What a shade. I'm so glad she brought out a set that only had like one repeat shade for me so I could get it. Now we're going to take Rosy Beige from Gucci because I have one of these for a year maybe. When I don't know when these came out, but I've wanted it for a very long time. So this is my Rephr Holiday brush, which if you haven't got this and they do a restock, run don't walk. It's so good for blush. Even better than my Smashbox cheap brushes. I know. Whoa, that's really pigmented. Did not expect that. I don't know why I took that brush. I should take this brush. I did not expect that to be so pigmented. So, excuse me. I will fix it in a second, don't you worry. But wow. My Tender Apricot is not, that's the shade by the way, is not that pigmented. So I wasn't expecting it to be, and that's why you should never go in like with too much pigment. So this is my Sonia G Smooth Buffer. Smooth Buffer. It has no color and it will fix any mistakes like I just made. Pretty though, huh? They're a nice match. Nice. Okay, tread carefully, but it's still beautiful. I also picked up a small version of the One Size Until Dawn Mattifying Waterproof Setting Spray because Nikki LaRose always talks about how amazing this is. So I've only worn it once, so I don't have my thoughts on it yet, but let's just try it now. It honestly feels and smells like hairspray. It's kind of one of those setting sprays that honestly feels like you haven't even like put anything on your face. So if you're definitely someone that's oily that doesn't want any like extra hydration from a setting spray, it's probably a good one for you. We're up to finishing touches. So I'm going to take my Christian Louboutin powder with my MY3, and this is where I like reset through the T-zone and stuff. And then when I've kind of made some mistakes with blush, this is kind of how I fix it as well. Just kind of like fluff it all through here. For lips, I have the Hermes lip liner in Beige Tan, and this is phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. Now it's a matte lip liner, as you can see, and I mean this shade is perfect because it kind of like almost matches my lips, but it is a matte lip liner, so keep that in mind. But it is long wearing. It does not budge at all day. And then this is one of my new favorite lipsticks. Patrick Tard did send me this in PR. It's called Blushing and it is beautiful. Wait till you see the shade. See? Stunning. These actually remind me quite a lot of the Westman Atelier lip suedes. And then I'm just going to take a little bit of Chanel 722 Rouge Cocoa Gloss. Perfect. All right, let me go do my hair and we will zoom out and see the finished look. All right, my friends, finished look. What do you think? I really like it. I like how it all turned out. I really like that Urban Decay palette. I think it is really pretty. I don't think it's necessarily a must-have, honestly. I think if you're someone that loves the Moondos shadows like I do, and you just really like collecting them all or having as many in your collection as you can get, then you'll love it. I think if you just really like the look of it and think you'll get a lot of use out of it, then go for it. But it's probably not one of those ones that's like a run, don't walk, but I really like it. I really do. The Danessa Myricks Cream Blush Holiday Set, that is a run, don't walk for me. If you love that blush formula like I do, I absolutely love it. I think it's great value, especially if you can get a discount on it. I love the Patrick Tard lipsticks. I love the Hermes products. I love the NARS face palette. I love the $1 Billion Brow products, especially that contour and the clear brow gel, but even like the highlight and everything, I think they're really lovely products. What else did we use today? I mean, the Dior foundation stick is impeccable. Those conceal everything. The RMS powder is really nice as well. I don't know, everything that I've been trying lately has been really lovely. So I'm very I don't know, I'm in a happy makeup bubble at the moment and I love that. Let me know your thoughts down below. I want to know, like, what do you think of the look and what do you think of any of these products? Do you have any of them? Are you eyeing any of them off? Let me know. If you're still watching till this point, you know you're an absolute legend. And an extra special shout out to my Lily absolute legends and all my channel members here. Thank you so much for supporting my channel, and I hope you have the most amazing day wherever you are in the world, and I will see you next time. Bye.